来ました。2速、3速、4速、3速、2速、1速。再生停止。はい。タイヤバランスが
Repulsion is really strong when you get closer to it.
No input of energy from the outside is required in this setup. This magnet machine comprises of a water rod of 1000 watts with an electric heater of 2000 watts connected with dynamo through an output wire connection lead, a voltmeter, of 220 volts, and current control coil is fixed on its outer wall. This dynamo produces 3.5 kilowatt electricity at the ratio of 80 rpm. The machine and dynamo couple. The machine and dynamo coupled with a spring with magnet machine runs according to its own forces. Its power can be increased from 1000 cc up to 4000 cc. It starts its working through a pendulum lever just like a generator kick. Its capacity to increase from 80 circles to 10,000 circles. At the moment, the existing machine produces 3.5 kilowatt electricity. It has been assembled openly for the examination of other people and engineers so that they can understand the formulation and working mechanism of this machine. Within a year, it can be assembled on a large scale to fulfill the requirements of agriculture, tubewells, motor cars, and billions residential people who don't have the basic necessity of life. It will be available in a local market for industrial purposes, for the welfare of whole community, and it will also be available for general public and also commercial. The motor car of 1000 cc up to 4000 cc can be run by fixing these machines as an alternate engine within a year it can also produce 10 kilowatt of energy for the residential purposes. The electricity produced through this machine will never affect the residential appliances like TV, iron, computers, mobiles and other electrical appliances. At the moment, no invention has been introduced in the market that can generate 220 watts of energy with less circles 80 RPM. This is our invention about whom we are working for last 20 years. If anybody has any objection regarding this invention, he has the right to file objection before the competent authority. We are a group of committed people working in an environment-friendly atmosphere, and we are not afraid that we are doing any wrong job, and we will never be misused. We are the real assets of Pakistan, and through this invention, the deficiency of every crisis will be ended. The purpose of this video is that anybody, any person, engineer, electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, ask questions about this machine, its working, its maintenance and its authenticity. No input of energy is required from the outside in this setup. It is a very simple magnet machine, a magnet machine which powered by the opposite magnetic forces applied by permanent magnet to produce rotary motion without any input of inside energy, and may be used to run other motorized appliances. The magnet in the magnet field and magnet body have been fitted in accordance with their timing. It has many practical and industrial uses in place of motors, engines, including motor vehicles, engines, as a source of energy which is cheap. It would be cheaper than a motor car engine. The idea came to address the shortage and high energy and fuel costs by providing an alternate and cheaper source of energy which would be affordable for masses. Magnet machines can be produced in millions per annum.
मैग्नेट मोटर थोड़े मैग्नेट से 3 किलोवाट एनर्जी दे रही है। थोड़े मैग्नेट लाने नाल 3 किलोवाट एनर्जी आउटपुट असीं इहदे कोल लै रहे हैं। अगर इहनूं ज़्यादा लावांगे इहदे च मैग्नेट ते 3 हार्स पावर तो लैके 470 570 तकरीबन 1000 हार्स पावर तक इसको ले जाया जा सकता है इसी मोटर। ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਮੈਗਨੇਟ ਇਸ ਲਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਲਾਏ ਕਿ ਇੰਜੀਨੀਅਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗੇ ਕਿ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਅੰਪੇਅਰ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਵਾਟ ਵੋਲਟ ਕੱਢ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਇਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਥੋੜ੍ਹੇ ਮੈਗਨੇਟ ਲਗਾਉਣ ਨਾਲ। ਅਗਰ ਇਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਮੈਗਨੇਟ ਲਾਵਾਂਗੇ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਚੱਕਰਾਂ 'ਚ ਜਾਏਗੀ। ਇਸ ਟਾਈਮ 3 ਕਿਲੋ ਵਾਟ ਕੱਢ ਰਹੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੇ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ।
ये अब इससे एक फैन भी चलाया जा रहा है। ये फैन की लीड कनेक्ट की। मजीद होर 500 वाट असी लोड पा सकते हैं। मैगनेट थोड़े लाए ने, अगर इनू ज़्यादा लावांगे तो चलेगी ज़्यादा। ये चीज़ असी हर एक इंजीनियर वास्ते नंगी रखी है कि इनू वेखे समझे कि ये किस तरह तैयार किया गया। दुनिया का कोई भी इलैक्ट्रिकल मैकेनिकल इंजीनियर इनू वेखे, साढ़े नाल गल करे इस टॉपिक से, ये चीज़ गलत है ना, अभी अज तक ये गलत बनाई है। 20 साल से डिजाइनिंग के मगर असी लगे हुए हैं। डायनमो भी खुद डिजाइन है, मोटर भी, मशीन भी खुद डिजाइन की है। इसलिए कि दुनिया के हर एक इंजीनियर को विखाण वास्ते अगर जे पार्टी च बंद करांगे तो नहीं ये वेच सकता कोई भी। इसलिए इन्हें इस वास्ते चलाया हर एक बंदा देख सके।
Hello, my name is Dan Sample and I'm with New Arc Power. We have a new power source here and I would like to introduce you to the inventor and one of our partners here at New Arc Power. Doc, would you come in here a minute?
Alright,
How
how
are
you doing,
you?
Dan?
Doing well,
Good
thank
to
you.
be in the area again. See you.
Would you introduce yourself? And
Yes, I'm Dr. Swartz from the Noah's Ark Research Foundation and also a partner with the New Arc Power Company. Today we're here to introduce you to a new type of energy device. It's called an ERR. Basically, it's just an electromagnetic energy device. Very simple. We got 3 plates here, 1, 2, and 3. I'll go real quickly over about the plate so you have an idea. Here's a spare plate here in case something happened. We got a solid piece of aluminum plate on one side. You got a sheet of bismuth in there. You got another aluminum plate with 6 cutouts. You got the coils in there. Then you'll put another bismuth, another plate of coils on top of that. Then another bismuth, and then a solid plate. Now you got a panel, okay? When we activate these with our activator here, which causes a frequency to these plates, an alternating frequency, they produce electrons by agitating the bismuth and the aluminum, okay? Now I'll set this down. Okay, what we have here, the electronics. Basically, we got to ground it to the earth. We got to associate. We got to connect. Now that's what we're going to do here. We're going to find the frequency of the earth that matches. Okay, it'll seek out and find. Okay, oh wow. All right, now. Okay, transmitter's on. Everything's working okay. No problem. Okay, Nan, you got a basic idea of it?
I've got a basic idea. It's a small package. What is the energy output and the weight of this unit?
Well, it's designed as a 6,000 watt unit, but we only putting out today. We're only using about 300, a little less than 300 or 3,000 watts here. We got three 800 watt lights here. The weight is approximately 42 pounds. That's mostly case. 8 pounds is the electronics itself, the plates and the circuit boards and everything.
Could we pick it up?
Sure, let's pick it up and move it around so people can see. Okay? Yeah.
Yep. And having talked with you previously on several occasions, is it correct this has no moving parts?
It
and
has
absolutely no carbon footprint?
guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
There is no moving parts. It does not leave a carbon footprint. This is environmental friendly.
It appears to be. Can we fire this thing up and
Yes.
see how the lights work?
My God, let's do it. Let's fire it up. First, let's get her all plugged in before we turn on all the lights here. Okay, hit the lights, turn them off, okay?
That's
Okay.
a very intense
A
light.
little bit bright. Okay, turn the lights back on.
Okay.
Now these things get very hot, so you don't want to go touching them. Any other questions, Stan?
No, I think I could talk about it for hours, but I think you've
All right.
explained the basis process of it, and I can see several possible uses here in my area.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
we got a tape, buddy. That's it.
Right.
Okay.
To this channel, this is Wesley and it is Wesley's News. Привет всем, witam serdecznie wszystkich. I would like to introduce to you the subject of today's video. It is about pretty much known individual. He's an Arab from Iran. Before that, I would like to say that I am very much positive approach people person. I see value in people despite race, language, beliefs, orientations. There are plenty of good people in the world. I'm gonna say a few words in Arabic now. مرحبا به الكثير متعلمين من العرب وبالذات والسعودية أحترمهم كثيرا. هناك من الناس كويسين ويوجد من الناس السيئين في كل دولة في العالم. أتمنى السلام لكم. مهران تبقى كاش. Materials taken from cashfactory.com/16/11/21/cashwiki. It was not my opinion. Mehran Tavakoli Keshe was born in 1958. He's an Iranian inventor, businessman, author of claims. He has a cash foundation registered in Sliching in Netherlands. Currently, it is located in Brescia, Italy. Well, it's not located. Obviously, he is right now in Dubai, at least what I was told, hunted by a number of authorities. Keshe was born as the son of wealthy parents in 1958. He made a number of inventions, never got a patent, transportation system using gravitational fields, a reactor that's supposed to work with radioactive material that is controlled by magnetic fields, scalar magnetic wheels. He was charging 20,000 euros per year for educating so-called knowledge seekers. In 2011, Keshe claimed that US drone over Iran was brought down by the use of his technology. So today I have a device. Story originates from Japan. Elderly man over 90 who was approached by one of my friends in Japan. He's got a story. When the gentleman was 84, Keshe approached him, and later on Keshe appears with his own device that was actually built by Japanese man. Japanese man didn't look for the money, didn't care about any money. However, he said that he has in his possession 25 kilowatt device as well. The device that I have on my table was given to my friend for free and brought to US. 14.5 watts, 1500 lumens, made in China, 120 volts, 60 hertz. 193.2 milliamps. Checking accuracy of the watt meter. 123.6 volts, 13.9 watts, more accurate reading, 13.69. Power factor good only for sinusoidal waves, 0.46. I'm using only calibrated, traceable to the Bureau instruments. Fit one lead of the load to the voltmeter. Another lead of the volt is connected to the common of the amp meter. And another wire from the amp meter says 0. Amp maximum is connected to live. The voltage shows 123.8. The current drawn by the load 195 milliamps. The power shown 14 watts. The more accurate reading, power times 10, shows 13.73. However, it shows me input overload, but it's not critical. The power factor, which is good only for sinusoidal waves, 0.464. For me, Keshe is a scumbag, a filthy bastard. He happened to be Arab from Iran, the most disgusting creature I ever heard of. And that's my personal opinion. So now we have both the multimeter and the device. I'm putting the light bulb here on the table. And let's plug the power. Oops, let's switch it off. Okay, let's put it aside. Let's see what we have. The device is working, the light bulb is full brightness. It shows 122.1 volts on this meter, but this is regular multimeter. 123.6 on Clark Hess. Let's go to the current. The current shows 191 milliamps. Model 255 Clark Hess, two of them. This one is connected to the load, the light bulb, and it appears that the voltage, current and the power drawn by the light bulb is higher than the voltage, current and power drawn by the whole assembly, light bulb and the device that is measured on this Clark Hess, that is before the device, right where the power is delivered to the device. However, the difference is only 1%. Let's go to power, 14.1. Let's go to power times 10, more accurate, 13.93. Let's go to power factor, 0.468. As I said, in my personal opinion, Keshe is a bullshitter, is a piece of garbage, a trash. However, we don't care what technology comes from, as long as it works and performs and makes us happy. So this particular time I had no idea what is inside of the device. That's why I was trying to find out as much as possible. I'm gonna prepare the setup for second device, which is exactly the same. Now we have a second Clark Hess, This is the voltmeter, this is the amp meter. The voltage we're gonna choose 200 volts, and the current we're gonna use 500 milliamps maximum. The difference between this Clark has is that this one has internally connected commons between voltmeter and amp meter. So I don't have to use the jumper as I did in the previous one. I'm gonna put the output to the instrument and find out what do we have. This is phase. Switch the light on. Checking the other one. No phase. So the longer one is phase. From the grid we have a 13.75 of watt. From the light bulb we have a 13.86. So it looks like we have over unity.
1%.
1%.
But
Yeah.
we need more to be significant.
In physics, something like that is impossible.
Impossible, yes.
It
So
should not happen.
So people will gonna resist us to the most extent that they can do.
The saving on the grid is not significant, but it is still the light bulb is taking by itself more power than the device and the light bulb together.
Exactly, yes. So this
We
is
still draw for 13.74 from the grid. We still do that.
So I'm repeating the question again. Is there any way to figure out if this device is feeding back to grid right now?
Yes,
So how can we do that? How can we measure it?
I need to purchase the regular mechanical meter with the wheel on it.
Is it?
Yeah.
It is not moving. It is because LED is not strong
Okay,
enough.
that's what I'm saying. We need a stronger LED. Now we put the resistive load. Make sure that we have it right here. Okay. Right in the middle. That's 60 watts. It's moving this way. Right?
Yes.
But we still have a device connected. Now we're disconnecting the device.
The load is here or there is the same.
Look, it's going the other way.
Yes. Strangely enough.
Fuck.
Wesley, can you hook this off? First of
No,
all.
no, 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 no.
No,
we-
just directly from
No,
grid
yeah,
to this,
yeah,
this to this, this to this.
Hold on. We don't know yet nothing. We just think what we think. Okay, make sure. 60 watts. Yes, it's moving.
It's moving. Ah, it should be LED.
Hold on.
Yes, it's moving. This is what the guy says. It should be non-resistive load.
Yeah, I understand, but 60 watts.
Put the LED again, Wesley.
Well, we need stronger LED. We're gonna go to Home Depot together.
Okay, can you put this on?
Yeah, hold on. Now it's moving. And see the speed of movement?
Yes.
You see the speed of movement. Now look at that. I'm gonna put directly 60 watts here.
It is going backwards. Wesley, can you see that? When you hook off. Wait. It's feeding the grid. It's moving backwards
Okay, let's see.
without any load.
Yeah, let's see. Now I'm connecting directly. Or is it moving the same way?
Yes. It is.
What is the speed?
I don't know the speed, Wesley.
Yeah, but look, do you see the speed here?
Yes.
You see that speed? And now put that speed here.
Wesley, it is feeding back to grid. Can you see this?
No.
I mean,
Before
no.
before we go.
Yeah, this is moving this way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, take that off. Leave anything no load, right? When there's no load, it is feeding back itself. As the
Okay.
guy says.
Okay, hold on. When there is no load, it's feeding.
Back. See that? It's turning backwards. Slowly, slowly. Understand? This is exactly what the guy is saying.
Okay. Now I switch that to less accurate, but okay, 55.
55.3 watts. Okay.
55.4. Okay, now. $55.8.
And it is drawing 55 point, yeah, same thing it's drawing.
55.3, 55.8.
Again, 1% up.
Yeah, 55.9, 55.3.
1% exactly. Current is almost the same.
466 milliamps, 460.
Current is same almost. Even that is higher, the other one. The grade is higher for some reason. Or maybe same.
460, 462 is changing, it's not steady.
It's not steady. So this
463, yeah, it's almost the same.
almost the same.
The current is almost the same, so let's go to the voltage.
There must be something with the voltage there.
Okay, we have 1.2. Okay, we have 1 volt more on the light bulb.
Yes.
Okay, so 1 volt more on the light bulb with the same current gives you more power taken from by the light bulb.
Yes.
But still, you have to pay for that what is on the grid.
Yes.
Let's break it
Break it.
with the hammer or something.
Yeah,
You have a hammer, maybe.
the cache device.
Fine.
Yeah, okay.
Hope there's nothing radioactive inside.
No.
Oh.
Okay, hold it.
It has a lid. Let's do it like that.
I have
This is
tools, rubber tools for it.
pretty heavy thing. This is the secret inside.
Yes. what kind of secret did he make?
A small butter, maybe. Lithium ion.
Little iron butter. Okay, ta-dam, ta-dam, ta-dam. Now, this side.
Smells like rusted.
Yeah, it smells. Okay. 3 rusted coils. Rusted wire, that's it.
The heat sensor.
Yeah, the heat sensor. See, this stuff is a heat sensor from the heat detector. Now we have
How much is this device? Are they selling?
$2,000, I believe.
Well, what's the
selling.
purpose of this device?
Well, it's supposed to be free energy device of Mr. Keshe. 2 wires, no polarity. We have a heat sensor in here, so if the temperature is too big, the heat sensor pops out. We have one wire that is going to...
What's inside?
Okay.
Paper?
Now, paper. Now, what is inside?
Those paper, they don't get burned out?
Well, that's interesting because this acts as a capacitor. In other words, that paper that is here, beautiful. Okay.
Well, normally it should be burned out, right?
No, it's not, because there might be a very special Keshe paper. Look.
There's some more rust inside. Looks like it's a copper powder or something.
Yeah, it's a powder. Inside is a powder. I have EDXRF, energy dispersive X-ray spectroscopy. I can find out what the heck Mr. Keshe put in here. Energy dispersive X-ray spectroscopy EDXRF can see all of periodic table components of any matter, even dirt taken from the street, and find out what is there. Now those capacitors appears to be made out of rusty wire outside, piece of paper with some kind of powder in it, and 2 wires. Now, the wire used by Mr. Keshe is a regular copper wire that was chemically rusted, seasoned. The mixture is available on the internet. I'm not gonna even go to that bullshit story and waste my time. But capacitors appear to be a valid capacitors, where insulation is the paper with the copper powder and dry liquid. That fork represents 2 capacitors connected together in parallel. Okay, let's get it. Okay. So this is quickly how it was before, although not necessarily exactly the same way. Okay, we have a presence of some strange crystal here. Looking crystal here. So each one has that strange looking crystal. There are 3 coils here. It appears to be that each coil is made from specially rusted wire, and there are 2 wires from each one of the coils. Typical heat detector from the smoke detector. The hot wire is connected to this wire to a capacitor with the some of strange paper inside. That's the paper, and connected in parallel, and then it follows to another wire, and then we see sloppy made connection to 1 wire of the double coil. It appears that 1 wire goes to this coil, returns from, we take positive from the input, and then we have again 4 wires coming from each one of them to heat detector. From the heat detector immediately,
by word positive, I describe
is connected to those 2 capacitors in parallel. I think this is some kind of visible, and comes back to the brown wire, and that's the brown wire going to the output. Okay, so the brown wire goes to one of the pins here, and that's the hot one. And let's put the wires back. It's a nice block. Nice block. Okay. That's it. Mr. Keshe is not having for me any credibility at his scientific level. There we go. Guys. Well, it looks like, again, something that has some colorization from inside. And that's what you see on the top of it. It's a glue. It's a silicone. Okay, there you go. We have a hole in here, and I gotta be careful because I see a liquid. And it looks like the powder or something is inside that liquid.
So for me, Keshe device is a bullshit. You draw 10 watts out of the grid, you're saving 1 watt, but you still have to pay for the remaining 9 watts.
And then it was closed with this stuff, with the other stuff. Some kind of Keshe magic.
So it's a magic Keshe bullshit. No radiation, no scientific basis, some balls, some liquids, some paper. He was selling it for $2,000 per piece to hundreds of thousands of people. What the freaking Iranian scammer. It was quite a work to make this video. Please put a like on it if you like it. Subscribe to my channel. I don't have a commercial on it. This is Wesley, and it was Wesley's News. See you in next video. Welcome to Wesley's channel. This is Wesley, and it is Wesley's News. The device presented by Maxim Alev is supposed to be able to work up to 5 kilowatt of power for free. My dear friends, I really have a problem with people presenting their own free energy devices without properly exposing details. I'm gonna show you the device that is handling 5 kilowatts of power per hour, 210 to 240 volts.
И вы увидите сами, что осталось мне только прыгнуть с парашюта, чтобы доказать неверующим. Это лирика. Сколько смотрю ролики, поражаюсь тем, что в видео постоянно пропадает какой-то предмет в камере или не показывают четко землю, как это сделал я. Понятно, люди зарабатывают на рекламе.
Unlike other experimenters, I'm gonna show you that indeed the device is being powered from the ground wire.
Прибор рассчитан на 5 киловатт. От него работает вся бытовая техника, все приборы. Выдает переменный ток 210-240 вольт. Частота 47-60 Гц.
The device produces frequency 47 to 65 Hz, depends from tuning.
Можно сделать прибор на 100 киловатт, но нужно для этого помещения не менее 50 квадратов.
This particular concept could be made to be able to handle 100 kilowatts per hour, but then the size of the room must be more than 50 square
При
meter.
помощи этого прибора можно сливать электроэнергию по зеленому тарифу. Хорошо, когда стоят ветряки.
Ferrite marked as green could also be utilized, and it is good to use radiators. And it is a single wire mode operation.
Катушки, зажигаете лампочки. Можно ее накалить в пол накала, и не только в пол накала, на одном проводе.
For those using light bulbs as a load, it is helpful to know that now it consumes 50% of its nominal power.
Показываю вам схему. Это так, для развития. Попробуйте. Только подача должна быть 12 вольт, 600 микроампер. Конечно, люди подают 30 вольт и 10 ампер, и горит лампочка на 15 ватт 220 вольт. Это бред. Ее можно сунуть сразу в розетку, эффект будет тот же. А принцип получить больше КПД, дать меньше нагрузку. Но на эту тему можно много рассуждать. Я воздержусь. Я не выложил бы никогда это видео, но обстоятельства подвели меня на этот риск. Я прекрасно понимаю, что меня будут искать. Я рискну. Не секрет, что когда Качер сделал катушку, то снимал с нее электричество. Только ему рот закрыли за съем энергии. Спасибо. Смотрите ролик. Пишите, адрес найдете ниже.
Okay, so now we know what we're dealing with. Roughly know. We have a guy whose name is Максим Алиев. Спасибо большое, Максим Алиев. Поставьте этот видео на свой канал. And he's doing assembly of the connector that was lying on the floor to the ground wire. It is a wire that is connected to hot water pipe on the right hand side, the vertical one painted in white. And now he connects it to the connector on the wooden board. 9-volt battery Krona is being used to give one single impulse to start the device, and then the device operates without any power supply at all. I don't know exactly what is the nominal power on the light bulb, but it looks like 100 watts. That is indication that we have a high voltage, high 3000, 5000, 8000. That's enough to ionize the gas. Maxim Alev is gonna remove the bucket that was used as a stand to show that no wires are connected, and this is a wooden board with light bulbs on it. That's a wooden stake with a piece of horizontal metal at the end, used to short the output of the device, showing that those two wires coming from the device to the small piece of wood with the light bulbs, it is the wire that is powering the light bulbs. Now he's gonna connect cell phone. I see that the cell phone is charging. He connected TV and he's gonna show the TV works as well. So that's indication that he must have 50 hertz, 60 hertz and 220 volts, which is normal for Europe. In US we have 110 volts. Now he's trying to show us a little bit more. Oh, this one looks like 500 watts. The other one could be 250, 300. Okay, another 500 watts. I'm a little bit confused because this kind of light bulbs were also manufactured in Russia with 1 kilowatt nominal power on it. But let's assume that this is 500 watts. While he's doing all of that stuff and trying to flush it, the ground wire. The ground wire is connected to vertical pipe. What we don't see yet, and he doesn't show it on the video, is to disconnect the ground wire next to the cold water pipe. However, we clearly have had visual of the ground wire connected to the wooden board with the device with one single wire. That is no doubt. Another set of light bulbs, so let's assume that we're dealing with 500 watts and a smaller one, say 250. Roughly we're dealing right now with around 2000 watts. The typical American house, small house in a village, needs 5 kilowatts hour at minimum. Okay, please concentrate on that vertical pipe, the only wire that is connected to all of this. What you see is the ground wire. It would be nice, it would be good if he would remove the ground wire while the device is working. I want to say a few words in Russian. Уважаемый Максим Алиев, хорошо было бы, если бы вы отключили провод, который подключен к трубе, прямо как устройство работает. Обычно люди имеют вопросы по поводу, есть ли какие-нибудь провода скрыты за трубой вертикальной. Я понимаю, что вы хотите помочь и вы даете схему. Спасибо большое вам за это. I said a few words in Russian asking to create another video and show if there are any wires hidden behind the vertical pipe, and eventually show disconnect of the ground wire during the operation. what would happen. It would be good to make some summary of all this stuff. Well, schematic is very simple. We have primer of Tesla coil, we have a secondary of Tesla coil, and then we have in parallel, in close proximity, that is being called near field, another coil that is receiving coil. We have a capacitor, and from the other side of the capacitor we have ground wire. What we're missing in all of those devices is a theory, any kind of logic explanation. So although I have seen Tarek Kapernad's device that was working as desired, there was no fake. We have Akua and we have Ruswan. Now some people put Ruswan in question, but that is gonna be covered in another video of mine. And we have plenty of guys in the middle of it. Energy must come from somewhere and be converted to any usable form of energy. There is no free lunch, guys. However, there is energy that we don't have to pay for. And that's my comment. Thank you for being with me on this video. This is Wesley, and it was Wesley's News. See you next time.